Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of When You're Delusional, You're Gonna Be on TikTok. I do hope you're gonna enjoy the video, so let's just get into it.
The proper comparison to a girl posting a bikini photo is a guy posting a photo in his swimwear. That's what you would compare. You don't compare a guy liking a photo versus a girl posting a photo. Those aren't the same thing. And this just all goes back to the assumption that women do everything for the male gaze. Like we wear bikinis for the male gaze. We post hot photos for the male gaze. God forbid we do it for the girls. God forbid we do it because we feel hot and we just like to feel hot. I have never gotten more hate than when I say that it's okay to post a bikini photo while in a relationship. Then everyone's like, oh, the immediate reaction is always like, oh yeah, well, would you like if he screwed another girl? I have to say one more thing. It's like comparing a girl at the beach in her bikini to a guy at the beach going up to girls in their bikinis saying he likes what they look like in the bikini. It's not the same thing.
Well, yeah, and that's the only part where you're right. It's not the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate you putting on some clothes for this video. Just so I can post this video. You're doing it for the girls, you're doing it for yourself. That's great. How many girls followers do you have? And I'm not talking on TikTok, I'm talking on Instagram. How many followers would you lose if you started posting, pictures of yourself when you're wearing clothes? You're doing it for yourself and for the girls and you want to feel hot. Why is it that you're only feeling hot when you're half naked? If you're only doing it for yourself, why does it matter if you have clothes on or not?
Oh, good afternoon. I just got back from my sugar daddy's house because I needed a spanking for having too many boyfriends. Anyway, so the story goes, I had this boyfriend for a whole year and then we broke up. He moved on so quickly, like so super lightning fast. So then I got this great idea. I decided to get into a situationship. And then I fell for the situation. The more I fall for him, the more I realize he's not over his ex. Are we just using each other for a distraction? Like, is that what we're doing? God. So now I'm dealing with two exes.
Soon to be three if that first part was true. No, what I'm trying to say is good story. It would have been better if you stopped after giving your daddy some sugar, but still a good story. I don't think you understood the question from that comment though. She was confused and intrigued because she thought you had two relationships at the same time. Not that throughout your entire life you had only two boyfriends. Which, come on, it would be a good story, but just as real as Cinderella's story. At least if you're looking for the happy ending in that story, daddy got some sugar, so there you go.
Tell me why I'm walking around in the worst neighborhood in Athens looking like this. There's chalk in my hands. I just got back from pole dancing class. And it's nighttime. It's the most unsafe neighborhood in Athens. I look around me and I am literally surrounded by men. It's just men until the eye can see. I'm feeling very comfortable, very safe. I am totally not ready to call my mom and start making funeral arrangements. And as I'm crossing the street, this guy looks at me, like up and down, the way guys kind of do. And he just does this. Sir, this is what I'm wearing. I have a halo of baby hair on my head and a scrunchie on. I'm a literal circle. What about this incited a type of reaction? If anyone should be getting in the street, that's you. You're literally wearing barely a t-shirt, skinny jeans, and flip-flops in March. To you. Ew.
Why are you walking alone at night back from pole dancing? Well, maybe because you're not as successful as a dancer as you would like to be. At least not without proper training, therefore the classes. But even still, successful or not, taxis, Uber, they can't be that expensive where you live. And maybe the did not mean what you thought it meant. Maybe he had the same reaction as you did. Ew. Now just an idea about if you want to be successful as a dancer, or ew should not be the first reaction you have when you see men. Your entire success will rely on them.
I just had a genius idea, and I don't know why people don't do this. I'm gonna put a blanket and some pillows in the back seat of my car, like couch pillows, as if it's a couch. Like, why don't people do that?
Maybe because some people think Queen of the Couch is a good enough title. When you say Queen of the Back Seat, some people may think you're talking about something else.
How to know if the thing is actually empowering to women. Ask yourself these few questions. Does this benefit a man in any way? Is this something society expects women to do? Is this something that society expects men to do? Does it challenge patriarchy? Is it something that endangers women's physical or mental health, safety, or comfort? Am I confusing the term empowering with I personally enjoy this? Does it give women real economic and political power as a class? Or is this just an individualistic desire? I'm tired of feeling empowered. I would like to actually be empowered.
And I would like to win the lottery without even playing. So best of luck to us both. Just off the top of my head, I can think of one example when you thought it's empowering and it didn't benefit men in any type of way. Hookup culture. Oh wait, nah, I'm still gonna go with that. But when you say women as a class, what exactly do you mean? Speaking of winning the lottery, how dumb would I sound if I won the lottery before and I would now complain that the lottery gave me the money I've won?
Y'all, listen to me carefully, because I found the formula to piss off every man ever. So far, this has had a 0% fail rate. If you engage in this bit with a man, he will excuse himself to the bathroom and cry. So I figured this whole thing out while I was in Miami, right? So my friends and I, we were on the beach, and a lot of promoters were coming up to us and asking us to like go to these clubs, but oftentimes they'd be creepy or we'd be uncomfortable. So you best believe I made it my goal to make the next promoter that came around extremely uncomfortable. Reverse Uno, baby. Sure enough, the next promoter comes around and he comes up to us telling us how good we look, weird vibes. And now this brings us to step one. I don't listen to anything he says. I just straight up ask him, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? Now, usually when a man gets asked this question, they will make themselves like some type of alpha animal. So in this case, the promoter said tiger. So then what you do after they say the animal they think they are is you say, wow, no way. I just never saw that for you. That's like so not the vibe that I get from you. Like really just make it a point to be like, wow, you were so not that animal to me. Like never would have guessed. So then they're going to ask you like, oh, well, what animal do you think I am? Which the promoter did. Now you can pick one of two categories for the animal that you will choose for him. Either one that is kind of pathetic or one that is extremely obscure. And the thing is, like, you have to commit to it. Like, you have to be like, oh my God, like, this is literally your vibe. Like, this is exactly the energy that I get from you. So I look at the promoter and I said, wow, I just don't get tiger vibes. Like, you give me a massive, like, weasel energy. And he didn't know what a weasel was. So I was like, oh, it's like a rat, but longer and skinnier.
Alright, the promoter didn't knew what a weasel is. Come on now. Promoters come up to you and invite you for free in clubs. Come on now. Just like your entire beauty can be wiped out with only a tissue, your entire argument could be wiped out with just one word. Cat. Or nothing. I just don't think about any animals when I think about myself. Just as I somehow, weird enough, don't think about any animals when I look at you. Now, while she's using that tissue I was talking about earlier, let me know what you guys think, cause this is gonna be the end of the video. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.